Okay, welcome. I am back. Hopefully this will work a little bit better now. Thank you for joining us today. We are talking all about free talk and how it helped me in the beginning. Thanks, Bethany. I'm so excited for your interview in just over an hour, right? So exciting. So let's have a look at our notes so we make sure we cover everything. Thank you for joining me today. So I am an official teacher, but in the beginning I did get trials. It was amazing. That was great because when you first pass your interview, you are then given quite a lot of help in the beginning few days. In the first few days, PalFish send you your trials to practice, so you can get really good at the classes. You get to know the platform. Is this a little bit wobbly? Ooh, I think it's a little bit wobbly. Okay, so this is really helpful, but then you are expected to do some work. So imagine that this is your own business. This is your own business. So you're in control of how much work you do or do not do. So you want to put in as much as you can to give yourself the best running start. Let me just stabilize this a little better. So I'm coming to you from my RV or trailer, fifth wheel trailer. Okay, so let's see if that works. I'm sitting in my slide out. So one of the things I love about PalFish is it's fantastic for traveling because you can teach on your device, whether you've got an iPad or a phone. Hello, thank you for joining us today. And this is really helpful because you don't need to have a hardwired connection. You don't need to have Wi-Fi if you don't have it. So if you have a phone, you have your data, so you can use that. So that's one of the amazing things about PalFish. So in the beginning, yes, I got lots of trials and that was great, but then you need to do some work. So when I was trying to bounce between two companies in the beginning. So hello, Teacher Jeannie, thanks for joining us today. I did find it a challenge in the beginning, but then once I learned more about it, which you can check out my YouTube video about PalFish. It talks about the 4 ways you can use PalFish. So the official kids courses is where you make the most money. That'll be the honest truth. Free talk for me was more about personal marketing. So yes, I was learning how to speak to students just off the cuff. So free talk doesn't mean it's free, it just means it's free from a course structure. So the official classes come with provided slides, everything's prepared, whereas free talk gives you the opportunity to just chat. Some students just want to chat. Let's find our notes here. So I make sure I remember everything I wanted to tell you. Okay. So this, I looked at it not in the way of making money because you're new, nobody knows you yet, so you can't really charge a lot per minute and expect to be booked. So that's one of the differences between the official classes and free talk is the official classes are a set rate. Everybody starts on 55 yuan per class, but the free talk classes, you can set your own rate per minute. So there are different ways you can free talk. The first one is on your home screen. You can just press the Start Tutoring button, and this is like an on-demand call. Students can call you. You can choose whether you want your video on or not. If it's a child, I have no problems turning on my video if they show me their video first, but you have the option of not turning your video on, so that is fine too. I can show you on the screen. And then the other way that you can do a free talk is you can open your availability on your calendar for students to book as an actual appointment. So it's still free talk, meaning there's no course structure, but they actually block out a 30-minute time slot. They can choose to do that if you open it that way on your calendar. So let's have a look at the home screen. The green button here, Start Tutoring, when you press it, it turns from green to white. This says I'm available. I'm going to quickly turn that off because I'm not currently available. So make sure when you're in an official class, this is not available for free talk incoming calls because they're on a different platform. The students take FreeTalk classes on a different platform than the official classes. So you need to keep those separate. So the other thing is, so when this is on, students, children or adults, you could get either, can call you just on demand. You can turn that on whenever you have time. You're in your classroom, or even if you're not in your classroom but you're in a quiet environment, you could just do voice talking if you wanted to. I take a few notes and give them a couple of pointers at the end of class in the feedback section to show that, you know, I was really listening. Some students just want to practice their English. They might just want to chat. I've had free talks with the on-demand section from university professors to university students, doctors, surgeons. I have had some children. I had one father call because his daughter needed help with her homework. So I helped her with her homework. Many different people. I had some businessmen who wanted help with their grammar for their English emails, because a lot of business people are, you know, talking internationally, and English is an international language. So that was really interesting too. So that's one way to do it. The other is you can open your schedule over here. When you open your schedule, when you are an official teacher, it will come up with, okay, you won't see it there. All right, let's find one. Okay, all mine have a fixed tag, so all right, let's go. Okay, all right, here we go. So here's an example. See how this one has the blue fish. The blue fish means that is open for official class bookings only and trials for official kids course. But if you wanted to make that available for all students, so free talk and official, you can still get official classes, but if you wanted to make it available for either, so you would press the button here, click on that, and it'll say open to all students, and then you'll notice that this fish, the blue fish, will go away. This is now available for free talk students to book. So I'm going to turn that off for now. If you wanted to change it again in the future, you tap that time again. Open to official course only. So that is another way that free talk students can book you. So the way this is booked is just, again, it's a set time, but it's still just a phone call or a video chat. You can type in the chat box just like we can here on the Instagram Live. You can type and I can type in a chat box. You can send pictures back and forth between you and the student, but you can't draw on the screen. So to have this availability, what you would then need to do, this is the other option for free talk, is actually to set up a lesson that the students can purchase. So let's have a look at our front screen. This is on a phone. On a phone you have 3 tiles across, and on the iPad there are 4 tiles across, if you want to know the difference in the screen. So we want to scroll down to lessons over here, the blue lessons. Okay, so in the past I did have lessons available for purchase. I've closed them now because I'm fully booked with official classes. So you can set up, hi Teacher Brittany, thanks for joining us, and Teacher Jeannie and Amy Sue Reese, nice to meet you. We're talking about free talk and official classes. So one of the ways you can offer your time for free talk students is to set up a lesson. Hi there, thanks for waving with me, waving to me, thanks for joining me. So what I did was I had some different options. The minimum lesson price that you can offer is 30 yuan per purchase. So you can set up a lesson. I did one for 25 minutes, and in the beginning it used to be 15 as a minimum, so I'm never deleting that one because I can't get it back again, but right now the minimum is 30. So here we have 30. So I made up a lesson, and what you can do is you can change the, let's go into one over here. You can actually set different times, like if they wanted to buy minutes in a package. So if they wanted to buy 300 minutes and talk to you over a few weeks, then they could purchase it in one batch and then take it in chunks. They could do it that way. So that is another way. So when a student purchases a package, they can book a time. So you'll see two messages. The first one you'll see is when a student purchases your package, and then you'll need to wait for the booking, for the message for the actual booking. So just because they've purchased doesn't mean you yet have a class. It just means that they've purchased it, and they'll book. Sometimes they'll book straight away, sometimes they'll book later on. You can send a message, hi, glad you bought my package, I'm looking forward to meeting you. So that is another way. So what the benefit of having lessons is that you actually have kind of a classroom where you can draw on the screen. So in your lessons that you set up, you can add in picture slides, your own picture slides, and then you can draw on the screen similar to the official classes, but you still, you cannot give stars like in the official classes, and there's only one color. You get the red pen, the student gets the blue pen, whereas in the official classes, you and the student have 9 colors to choose from to draw on the screen. The official classes, you have the face filters, the AR filters you can wear, but the FreeTalk classes you do not. So those are some more differences. But what I found was with the FreeTalk, it was really helpful to help increase my teaching hours, because that then looks like you're stable, you're here to stay, you're going to be here at PalFish. But I also noticed that the FreeTalk students were a little bit more giving with their rating comments. So if you go on your page, you've got the rating page, you can tap on there to see any comments you've had from students, OKC, official classes, or FreeTalk. So this also helps, because the more ratings you get, the more chance parents have of looking to see, yes, other people have seen this teacher, they were happy. Yes, Brittany, this is PalFish. There are 2 ways to teach at PalFish, the official classes and FreeTalk. Well, this isn't FreeTalk, but yep, there are 2 ways. So I'm discussing FreeTalk today for people who do not yet have a full schedule with PalFish and they're wanting to increase their hours. And that's what we're looking at today. So I found that having more comments on your rating section really helped other parents to see that other students have been to your class, used your services, and they enjoyed it. So once I saw my hours increase, probably, I don't know, I'd have to actually go back in my history to see when that started snowballing. But really, with the official classes, it really just takes one student that really likes your class and they tell their friends about it. I teach best friends, I teach cousins, siblings, classmates. I think I said cousins. So once you're known to a few students, the word gets out, and I've even had some parents refer their colleagues to me to teach their children, and I still get thank you messages from both parents, which is really sweet. So in the beginning, this can really help to market yourself. So I didn't look at it as earning money. I looked at it as earning hours, earning experience, and also meeting new people and just getting more familiar with the app on your phone. So the only thing that's different when you enter a classroom, so here's the appointments tab if you have an appointment. When you have, okay, I'm just going to close off this side here. Let's go like this. I'm just going to cover up the students' faces so you can't see their names. All right, so say we go into our appointments tab. All right, it's not going to keep still. All right, whoa, that doesn't work. Okay. All right, let's just cover it up this way. All right, so appointments tab. When you enter an official class, you would click on the enter button. Woo! The enter button, and then that takes you into the classroom. But with FreeTalk, there's no classroom to enter. So even if you have a booking on your schedule, it will just say FreeTalk on this side, and there's nothing to enter. So you might think, well, how do I get to the student? So you must turn on your Start Tutoring button and the student calls you. So it comes up on your screen, it pops up like a phone call, and you accept it, and then if the student's turned on their camera, it will show them, and then you can choose, you have to activate your camera. So you can choose to either do that or not. Some of the adults, they don't want the camera on, they're just there to talk. They don't need to see you. Some of the little kids, they like to see the teacher, of course, that's much more fun. So that's a difference there. So the appointments tab shows you your appointments, but for FreeTalk, you don't go in there to enter a classroom, you just press your Start Tutoring button. You need to be online, so pressing that Start Tutoring button before the class starts. But if the student does not call you for more than 5 minutes past the appointment time, you're free to leave. You don't need to wait. I will send them a message, sorry I missed you, and then if I'm finished for the day, I'll turn off my Start Tutoring button because I'm not wanting to receive any more calls. So one more difference with the FreeTalk classes is that you set your rate. So you would go into your set your rate over here, set your rate. People sometimes think, is that for official classes? That is not for official classes at all. These are for FreeTalk only. So FreeTalk is per minute. So you can go in there and set what's called your trial rate. This just means the first time a student calls you or has a class with you, they will receive your services based on this price per minute. And then if they like you as a teacher and they want to call you again, then it would set to your standard rate. When I first started, I just had this both at 1.5, 1.5 yuan per minute. So if you work that out, I think it was like, was it $2 an hour? It was really not, for me, it was not about the income, it was about the practice. Now I'm official, I'm fully booked as an official teacher. I increased that rate because I don't really open my times for FreeTalk. I did yesterday, I had an empty space. So the other thing that's different about FreeTalk is when they can book a class with you. The official classes need to have 24 hours notice for a regular class, unless they can contact their head teacher, their class admin, within 24 hours, and they can send you a message. Hi there. They can send you a message to book a class within 24 hours. But with FreeTalk, they can actually book you within 12 hours. So if I ever have an availability, like yesterday, I had just one empty space, like the second last space of the day. So I thought, well, I'm already sitting here, I may as well open it. And I did. I received a FreeTalk student and it was really cute. So there's just those differences in when you leave an official class and then you switch over to FreeTalk. You need to, so you would exit your classroom. It brings you back to whatever screen you were on last when you leave the classroom. That's what will come up. You need to turn on your Start Tutoring button and wait for the student to call you. So I did notice on a phone, FreeTalk stays portrait, but if you're on an iPad, you have to actually turn it landscape. You have to turn it landscape. And the one thing I don't like about it is, say your camera is here, you're in a FreeTalk, your video is here and the student's video is here. So it makes it a little bit difficult because you're looking at the student, you know, like here, I'm looking at the messages down the bottom of my screen. So it doesn't look like I'm looking, see, here's the camera, but I'm not looking at the camera. So when you're in a FreeTalk, you're looking over here, but your camera's over here. So that's one of the things I didn't like about teaching on the iPad. But it wasn't so bad on the phone. I thought that was a lot easier on the phone. Hi, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for coming back. Sorry I had to restart there. So those are some differences there. You can watch the replay if you've missed part of it. I tried to do it on YouTube, but I guess I'm still learning about that one. So we'll try that next time. I can put this on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube peeps. I was hoping to do everything. So what else do we need to cover? Let's look at my notes. Okay. So when you receive a FreeTalk booking, the messages look different. When you receive a booking, all right, let's go into appointments. In your messages tab, I keep at the top all the official message sections. So the appointment one, when you go in there, so let's have a look. When you receive an official class, it kind of looks like this. I'd have to grey out the pictures to show you properly. But when you make a FreeTalk, when you receive a FreeTalk booking, it looks different. So you'll be like, why does that look different? Now let me find the one from the other day. So here it'll just say the student's name just made an appointment with you, and it looks like this long. It like fills up the whole screen. And what it does is it tells you the rules about making an appointment. The student's made an appointment with you. So it tells you the student's name, the time. The system will automatically hang up at the end of the scheduled call or the scheduled time. So say the student has booked 30 minutes with you. They've booked a time of 30 minutes. Then at the end it will close. Students are not allowed to call you until 5 minutes after. Okay, so after. If the student does not call you 5 minutes after the scheduled time, you're free to leave. There's no penalties there. If you don't go online, you actually get a penalty of 10 yuan. And then if you can't show up, so it gives you the things that you need to know. If you need to cancel, what the penalty would be and things like that. So it looks very different to an official class, which is about this small, the messages. So just small things like that that look a little bit different. Okay, so when you get an official booking, it says student, has their name, has booked, and it puts the time and date. It just looks a little bit different. So we talked about entering. So exiting class, with an official class, for you to exit, you press either the back arrow or the X button, depending on if you're on Android or Apple. So you physically leave the classroom. So with a FreeTalk, if it is a purchased package, which we talked about earlier in the video, it doesn't cut you off if the time is still available. So if the student purchased a 300-minute package and they were just taking a 30-minute or 25-minute class today, you'll need to physically leave the classroom, or I usually wait for the student to leave the classroom and then it closes for me. But if I'm doing, a FreeTalk in between official classes, I want to make sure I get to the official class on time. It does send the student a message 3 minutes before your next class to tell them you have an appointment. And I'm pretty sure you get a message too. So that reminds you that you have a class next. Sorry if I'm talking so fast. I'm just buzzing. I'm always buzzing after classes. It's so exciting. My last class was with a 12-year-old. He's level 4, so he speaks really well. We were learning about the tomato festival in Spain and throwing tomatoes. So we were like rocking it at the end of class. We had a song about tomatoes. It was so fun. I just love this job. It's too much fun. My husband always tells me, you're having too much fun. I said, I know, I love it. So if you're interested in learning some more about PalFish, if you haven't already heard, send me a message and let's get you set up. You can also have a look at my website, teacherkristy.com. So there's more information there for you. All right, let's look at my notes. What else do we need to cover? Entering, exiting class. Oh, student no-show. So how are seminars booked? That's a really great question. I haven't done a seminar. They look kind of exciting. So they are different in the way that you can have more than one student. I think it's up to 6. So seminars, as far as I'm aware, and I'll need to double check this, but when you make a lesson, all right, I'll come back to, what was I coming back to? I'm going to highlight that on the screen. Student no-show. We'll come back to that. Okay, that's my next topic. So when you make a lesson, okay, so you want to make a lesson, and when you press the plus button up the top here, it comes up with create lesson or create seminar. So when you click seminar, it's laid out the same as when you would set up a lesson, but this allows more than one person to purchase it. So let's see, it looks all the same. So it's just conducted in a different way. Okay, I have not done one, to be honest. They do look really cool though. But what I like about that is, so it's, to me, I thought it was kind of like a live, but you can see the people in it. I've attended a seminar. So in the beginning, PalFish was offering some teacher training using the seminar method. So I would enter as a student, and that was really cool because you could have 6 video pictures of 6 students and then the presenter, and you could, all of us could draw on the screen. So they would be booked the same way. The student would book it. Discard, yes, confirm. So similar, when a student comes to your profile, okay, let's go into my profile. Hi there, nice to see you. Oh, I'm blanking on your name. Party of 7, nice to see you. Dina, is it Dina? Nice to see you. So if you want to look at your profile to see how it looks to a student, go to your Me page and then click on your avatar. Okay, this is what it looks like for a student. So for a student, they would click on your Lessons tab, and this shows, okay, it also shows your lives that you've done, public lives. Hi Dina, nice to meet you. Nice to see you here. And this is where they would purchase either your package or your seminars. So as far as I'm aware, seminars need to have minimum of 2 students book and attend for it to go ahead. You can't do the lesson if there's only 1 student, but you can have up to 6. So I would love to learn a little bit more about that. I think they look really cool. So I think with lesson packages, it depends on what you're offering. If you're offering like IELTS training or lessons on creative writing, of course you would probably charge more for those types of lessons. For me, I made them really low. The minimum is 30 yuan per lesson. As far as I'm aware, for the seminars, because it's a shared classroom, the students only need to pay like less. Like say your package was 30 yuan, 2 students would only pay 15 or something like that. It's like a shared thing, but don't quote me on that because I haven't done one. They look really cool. Okay, so thank you for that question. That was awesome. Teach globally. Ooh, I think you guys went live before. Or was that someone else? Nice to see you. Okay, so I was getting back to the differences between... Okay, I keep pointing over here for free talk, but this is still Freddy Fish for official classes. So the differences with student no-shows. So for free talk, if they don't attend or call you within 5 minutes after the allotted time, like the scheduled time, you're free to leave. You don't get any penalties. If you're in an official class, so there's 2 different scenarios there. If you're in a trial class, you're still paid the same amount, whether it's official regular or official trial. But for student no-shows, you will receive a message at 15 minutes if the student has never entered the classroom to let you know students a no-show, you can leave. And as soon as you press OK on the message, it closes the classroom for you. When you are doing an official class, a regular official class, so on your schedule it will show official. It'll show the official tag rather than trial tag. You are expected to stay for the full 25 minutes to be paid. So whether the student turns up or not, whether you teach the class or not, you stay for 25 minutes and you're paid the same amount. So that's really awesome. When you have regular students, if they don't show, you're still paid. So that's one of the beautiful things about the fixed classes I love with official classes. So that's another difference. For free talk, as far as I'm aware, they can't book a regular time. They have to physically book each time they want you. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Whereas with the official classes, the class admin or the head teacher can set the student up with a fixed time slot and the system automatically books it every week. Okay, student no-shows, enter-exit, prices. So the only difference with pricing with the official classes is everyone starts at 55 yuan per class, but if you do a certain amount of classes or earn a certain amount of points this month, this could increase your rate for next month. But everyone is always on a minimum of 55, so that's a little bit different to FreeTalk. FreeTalk, you can set a different trial rate, so first call rate, as opposed to the regular call rate. And then you have the packages. So there's really 3 different pricings for FreeTalk. I hope I've made this informative and not too scatterbrain. I have on my website a page called How to Set Up FreeTalk Classes. So teacherkristy.com. Have a look at that. Send me a message if you can't find it, and I can send you the link. So that will help you set up your lessons. And I even have a copy and paste template in there to help you do that faster. Okay, so drawing on the screen. Oh, the other difference is with an official class, at the end, you can review the official class by way of audio only and video. So when you finish, let's find a class. La 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 la. Okay, so let's go like this. So say you have the student after a class, it'll show, it says the word record, it means recording. This is the audio only recording, and then it says replay, so that's the video. And then most classes will have the slides for the official class, except for level 2 and above. They don't, for some reason, you can't see the slides after the class has finished. But with the FreeTalk classes, it only records the audio. There's no video recording. You're on camera when you're in the class, but once you're out of the class, you only have access to the audio recording. So that is another difference as well. Okay. La, 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 la. Looking at my notes to make sure I've told you everything you need to know. Okay. I think that's it. So FreeTalk for me helped me increase my hours, increase my experience and my exposure. And then I started getting more official classes. Now I'm fully booked. Okay, it didn't happen overnight. No. For some people, they're amazing and they must be in the right place at the right time. Their availability was good. Their exposure was good. They may have taken off running from the beginning. You don't need to do FreeTalk. It's not required. I was bouncing between 2 companies, so I was not consistent in my openings for PalFish in the beginning. So I think that hurt me, really. So once I realized that I really liked the classes here more than my other company, I decided to separate my times. I had set weekly times here and set weekly times at PalFish. So once I did that, I did see more consistency in bookings and also making my times weekly. You can set your times to just this day and time only, or this day and time every week. So that is the way that you receive those fixed bookings, which are amazing because once students find a teacher they like and a time that they like, they never miss. Like if they miss, you're like, oh, what's going on? Are they sick? What happened? So those are amazing. Do you get more adults or kids during FreeTalk? So this depends on a few things. For me, it depended on the time, what time I had open. So say right now, okay, it is, so it's 9:44, 10. It's like 10:45 p.m. in China. Kids aren't awake. So if you turned on your start tutoring button now, you would receive calls from business people and doctors and, people like that. But if you're open more towards the peak times, during the peak times, you might receive kids. So I've had a mixture of both. When I opened my times for availability for FreeTalk and official classes, it just depended. I did get a few children, I did get some adults. Some adults wanted specific chats, like I had one gentleman who he said, okay, next time I call you, can we talk about this? So I would actually make up some slides and do a little bit of research because he wanted to talk about in-depth things, marriage proposals, social issues and things like that. So because he had bought a package, I was able to load slides into that class. Even though those classes can be purchased by multiple people, I had multiple slides in there so that I would have something available for whoever booked that class. But you can also, the same as official, you can do this in a classroom for Free Talk. You can grab a picture from your local drive. So if you're on your phone or your tablet, you can add in a picture that you have on your device. Hi there, teacher cat. Teacher cat. Nice to meet you. So we're almost done. Thank you for staying with me. I don't know, how long have we been talking? Half an hour? I hope that was a little bit helpful. I really enjoyed Free Talk. I was really nervous in the beginning. Okay, some people have terrible stories. Oh, thank you. Some people have terrible stories because I guess like anything online, there are going to be some creepers, and sadly they find their way onto PalFish. If ever you have a problem, if you're able to screenshot something inappropriate, just leave the classroom immediately. You don't receive a penalty for inappropriate behavior. I never had a problem, ever. I was so nervous when the first time I turned on my start tutoring button. My heart was like this, and I got my first call and I'm like, but it was really cool. My first call was a businessman who just wanted help editing his English emails for work. It was so cool. So yeah, I spoke with different varieties of people. Some children who had minimal English, and some kids have like amazing English. Like you can have a class with a 4-year-old and they'll talk better than your own kids, like so well. They are so fun. Like I was talking about paleontology with a 4-year-old. Oh no, she's 5 now, but anyway, it was so fun. So it's really a mixed bag, along with the same as, hi there, VIP Kid Teacher April. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're almost finished, but you can watch the replay. So the difference between, or the similarities between official and Free Talk. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. You can tell it's getting later into the day. I think I woke up at 4:30. Probably not as early as some other teachers. So, students who speak well. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Where was I? Oh man, I totally lost it. So, you have kids and adults on Free Talk. Yes, both. So depending on the time of day really determines what you would get. Yes, I was nervous the first time. Thank you, Teacher Cat. You're awesome. Yes, I was nervous, but I've had so many. Oh, hey Jake! I've had so many different people on Free Talk. I really enjoyed it actually. But now you're good. Yeah, I've never had creepers. I never did. How's it going, Jake? Are you guys traveling yet? Are you in the States? I know you said you're traveling. So if you've just joined us, I'm teaching in my RV, fifth wheel trailer. So hi Jake. Oh, I'm gonna wave at you. So I travel in my RV with fifth wheel trailer. I'm sitting in my slide out. That's probably why I look crooked, because it probably is crooked, because it hangs out the side of the trailer. I think it's going to be cold tomorrow, and my toes are going to be cold. So I have socks on and slippers to keep warm, and I'll probably wear a blanket, because I'm right next to the window. Oh, here's a window here too, and here's a window over here. Look, here we go. Oh, there's my curtain. Do you know what I love about teaching in an RV? So I have like everything up here. If you watched my YouTube video about props, I just keep everything up here. That's it. This little cupboard right there. Hi Lena. There's my little cupboard. And what I love is I just stick things on the wall. Or look at this. Oh, you can't see. Look at this. This is my curtain, my pelmet, and I can just stick things in there. It's so cool. I love it. And my favorite of teaching right here is my shelf. Did you do those lessons? Table, chair, puppet, paper, shelf. I forget the 6th one. I had so many of those in the beginning. I think it's great when you first start. PalFish really want to help you. They send you trials your way. They really want you to start off well, and you do after that need to do some work. This is your own business. So you are an independent contractor. PalFish gives you the platform to make yourself available. Just like if you opened a coffee shop in a supermarket complex and you walk in the building, but you still have to do the marketing. So if you're prepared to do that, if you want some coaching, if you're already with PalFish or you're not yet, if you want to join, let me know. And I think that's about it. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry if I've rambled a little bit. It's getting late and I'm hungry. So I have a friend who is about to have her interview in 40 minutes, so I'm sure it will go well. So thank you for joining me today. Nice to see you, Lena. You can watch the replay after I finish, and I will chat with you next time. Send me a message if you have any questions. Have a great day. See you. Thanks, Lena.